Red light, green light, it's no Squid Games, it's the Glasgow Games, and QPR have got the light on green because they've given Michael Beale permission to speak to Rangers.
I got a green light, and I'm ready to go. But
the big question is...
We are the people, down.
But will Michael Beale race through that green light and make his return to Rangers? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We're here to discuss the possibility of Michael Beale being the new Rangers manager. Plus, there is rumours of players arriving and departing from the blue side of Glasgow in January. Well, first up, Les Ferdinand. You might not know who he is, but apparently he is the QPR chief, and he is the man that's essentially gave Michael Beale permission. He is the man that literally put the light on green to allow Michael Beale to come back. And regarding the whole speculation of Michael Beale to Rangers, Ferdinand had the following to say, and I quote, "I haven't spoken to Michael or Rangers about this, but I expect that Michael's name would be mentioned because he did such a good job while he was up there working with Stephen. I don't want to have to fight to keep anyone at QPR. I don't want people to be here who do not want to be here. If they want to be somewhere else, that's what they're going to do. They're going to go somewhere else. We'd have to have a conversation. It's not that I'd be happy to have it, but I only want people at the club who want to be here. There's a compensation package in Michael's contract, and if he decided he wanted to go to Rangers, that's something that would have to be discussed." End of quote. Gaming Jesus, hit me with it. What do you think of that?
Les Ferdinand has completely opened the door for Michael Beale to leave, and I think the only thing that's going to stop this move is Michael Beale. People saying that, the reason him and Gerrard left because Gerrard wasn't backed. Aye, Gerrard wasn't backed. This guy's obviously just going to go along with Gerrard. Like when Gerrard left. Just because Gerrard wasn't backed doesn't mean this guy's not going to take the job now. Because Rangers is a much better fucking proposition than QPR.
True, but what I would, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, I would say if they didn't back Steven Gerrard, they've got less chance of backing Michael Beale. And also, I just believe that Gerrard, I think he's more likely to get players to come to Rangers because he is Steven Gerrard than Michael Beale is.
Valid point, but when Gerrard didn't get backed, that's when they were on top, and you could say, well, now they're behind, he needs to get backed.
True. I mean, no matter who comes in, the next Rangers manager needs money to spend. They need to rebuild this squad. In my opinion, they're a long way behind Celtic. I think they're at least a couple of seasons behind Celtic if they do not get it right in the next couple of transfer windows. Big season coming up ahead. Lots of key players out of contract. So whoever comes in here, they've got 6 months really. And it's a make or break 6 months at Rangers. So they need to get the right man in. And then the right man needs to get the right players in. So it's a big 6 months coming up for Rangers. But would you put Michael Beale as your favourite? Or better yet, would you, if you had the option of picking the Rangers manager, would you take Michael Beale? Would he be your first?
He's probably favourite, because the bookies say he's favourite, but no, I wouldn't take him. I want the Bayer Leverkusen man. That's who I want.
And there you go. But Michael Beale, we'll see. He might come out and he might not even... We haven't even heard... He might not be interested in the Rangers job.
He might not be, but... Players that could be coming into Rangers, we have to move on. Kenny Mclean, Scottish international.
He's done it before. He's Scottish Premiership proven. He's done it with Aberdeen, albeit he got to Aberdeen as quickly as he could. But now he's been linked to a move to Rangers. And is this really the sort of signing that Rangers need here to try and close the gap on Celtic? Is Kenny Mclean really? Is he the calibre of player that Rangers should be trying to acquire? I mean, he's a step up on a Scott Wright, but is he much of a step up?
He's a guy that's always in the Scotland squad, and we've no idea why he's in the Scotland squad.
Yeah, I mean, he is a Scotland international, but at the same time, we're always saying, why the hell is Kenny Mclean getting picked?
It's just a weird one. It's just signing another midfielder who's injury prone. I mean, he's getting on. He's not old. Like he's you could argue he's in his prime years, but I just feel like this ain't the Kenny McLean.
I think you could also argue we've seen the best of Kenny McLean.
Exactly, and this does not fill me with confidence whatsoever. I mean, if you're bringing in Kenny McLean, you're getting rid of like Davis and a bit more dead weight. Like, you know, I think it's fair enough. But in terms of Kenny McLean just getting brought in on top of all these other players that are just done in the midfield, it's just adding more dead weight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like if you've got a good team, then maybe adding Kenny McLean to it as an additional player isn't too bad. But I think when you need to bring in first team players, I don't think Kenny McLean's really the guy you want.
They just need to go abroad. They need to do what Ange did. They need to go to a league. They can't. The English Championship, man. Look at Ben Davies. What a fucking disaster that is.
I think this does kind of sum up Rangers for me, though, signing players, domestic players that just aren't that fucking good, but they've got like some sort of name value. Whereas the Ange just went with the unknown. You know, he's brought in players from Japan and they've actually turned out to be good. Maybe this is something Rangers need to try and do. Maybe find a market. Maybe bring in a manager that's managed in like some sort of continent or some area of the world, and he's got like good knowledge of that place, and he can, you know, try and bring in players from that region or country or whatever.
Pedro tried that though.
Yeah, but let's not talk about Pedro.
Carlos Pena.
Pedro was fucking shit, and so was Pena, to be honest. But yeah, Kenny McLean, would you take him or would you not?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think he's a horrible signing. It's just that he wouldn't be the top of the. He wouldn't be top of the Christmas tree.
Would I take him? I probably would take him, but does that mean he's good?
He'd be a squad player, wouldn't he? He's not someone you want. He's not a starter. He's not an important player.
If it's on a free and you know and you're getting rid of players, it's like Ben Davies doesn't sound like a bad player to get, but see when you're spending $4 million on him and you're losing Balogun and Katic, it's like, well, how's it a good deal then? You're losing 2 for the price of 1, and that Balogun's better. Katic was better, but then he had his injury problems.
It's not a good deal. And speaking of losing players, Rangers could be set to lose Redfan Yilmaz, as Besticas are reportedly set to offer him a loan exit from Rangers in January. Apparently, there's claims the fullback wants to leave the Scottish Premiership after just 6 months with the club. And if he did leave on loan, for me, that loan would turn into a permanent signing, because I just couldn't imagine him leaving for 6 months and then coming back and all of a sudden wanting to be an important player
for Rangers. They loan him and Rangers end up letting him go for nothing.
Yeah, and he did come from Besticas as well, so yeah, you know, it could just be a case of he's not liking Scotland, but also he's not been given that much football time, so maybe Gio's to blame here.
I actually think recently he's been good.
Anytime I've seen him, he's looked pretty decent, like, so. But I can't blame him for wanting to go, because he came in big money signing, at least for Rangers, like 4.5 million, was it? Big money.
It kind of reminds me of like a Burnaby, whatever the fuck you call him. They're just, I think they lack the physicality. They suit being a left wing back, not a left back.
Yeah, but at least you could see Greg Taylor's in great form, and that's why Burnaby's not getting in the Celtic team. Could you really say Barisic is...
Barisic is at the World Cup. Is Greg Taylor at the World Cup?
No, because Greg Taylor's fucking Scottish. But, I mean,
wouldn't get in the squad.
Is Barisic really playing that well to keep Yilmaz out at the moment?
No.
I don't think so. So, yeah, Yilmaz set to leave Rangers, perhaps. Do you want him to leave, or do you want
No, of course I don't. I think he's one of the players in the team that will actually, you'll make a big amount of profit on if you keep playing him.
I think he will leave, though. I don't see him being at Rangers at the start of next season. And last but not least, to replace Yilmaz, Rangers have been linked with Ben Jackson of Huddersfield. So, yeah, I mean, although this was the other day...
Let's go back to your domestic point.
Yeah, again, it's signing players...
Yilmaz, hot prospect, signing a fucking jobber for Huddersfield.
Yeah, again, it's signing players for the mainland. I mean, surely...
What's the difference between this guy and Declan John?
I think Rangers need to update their scouting range. Now, and the fact that they're linked with Ben Jackson tells me that Yilmaz has got 1 foot out the door. Albeit with Gio getting sacked, does this change anything? Who knows? The new manager that comes in could prefer Yilmaz to Barisic. Yilmaz could become a starter, and then maybe that changes his mind about leaving. Then maybe that leaves Ben Jackson out in the cold, where he probably belongs, to be fair.
In the streets of Huddersfield. Woo!
So Ben Jackson's a no.
Fucking listen,
Yeah or nay?
listen to the name. Ben Jackson.
He can't be good, can
The
he?
guy delivers your post, not fucking goals. Alright, he's shite, we move on.
At least Red Fan Yilmaz sounds good.
It does.
You can imagine him at the World Cup. Red Fan Yilmaz. It definitely sounds better than Ben fucking Jackson.
Absolutely, and this is a nothing signing, man.
And on that note, guys, we're going to leave it there. So Michael Beale, possibly...
This guy wouldn't look out of place at fucking Levy.
No. Although Martindale will probably get him damn well. Michael Beale, the top man, number one in the running for the Rangers job. You have Kenny Mclean possibly coming to Ibrox. You've got Redfan Yilmaz leaving Ibrox potentially. And then you've maybe got Ben Jackson coming in to replace Redfan. So yeah, it's all happening at Rangers at the moment. Meanwhile, pretty quiet on the other side of the city. Turned up in Australia, got pumped, so... Not a lot happening for Celtic.
Yeah, it was
pretty much just proved what we all know. Outside of Scotland, they can't win fuck all. And on that note, we're going to leave it there. Till next time, guys, let us know your opinions on these transfers. And of course, Michael Beale. Is he the top man? Is he number one? Should he get the Rangers job? Let us know in the comments down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, though, peace.